y'all. Thought I'd hop on and do a little Easter craft today. It's almost here, and then right around the same time is spring. And I don't know about y'all, but I am tired of cold stuff. Yeah, I know everybody knows that when we're from Texas and we don't do cold stuff. So I'm looking very forward to spring and especially Easter. So I wanted y'all to come on in and let's just play today. I'm Vonda with Scripture DIY. If you are a master crafter and you are the best of everything, that is wonderful. I hope to get your juices flowing in your brain to think of what you're going to do for your crafts. But if you don't think that you're much of a craftsman, if you've tried several things and you just gave up, just watch. It is so much easier than you think. Just get it in your head and let it come out your fingers. And also, if you plan ahead, it is not near as expensive as a lot of people think that crafting is. So I've been to the Dollar Tree. I have some really cute little bunny rabbits. I have some tissue paper, and we're just going to decorate these little bunnies. So let's just get started. I started a little bit ahead of you because we have letters that we got from the dollar store. They're going to spell out Happy Easter. And I did not know how I was going to make them pop. So I went ahead of y'all, and I just got a tiny little brush. Honestly, this is one of those cheap little watercolor brushes that you kids get. But a lot of times they're just as easy. And so I'm just painting the inside of the letters. Now I'm doing this first because I'm going to want it to dry really good before I get started. So if you just see, it's not rocket science here. I'm just rubbing it on the edges because I just want the letters to pop. Now on some of them I made a mess. And I got them on the inside where I'm going to be painting them later. But it's okay because we're going to do this ahead of time. So we're going to give it plenty of time to dry. So if you see, I know I hate for y'all to watch me paint dry. But I thought I would just kind of let you at least see one of the letters that I'm doing. I'm telling you, it's been a mess today, because I don't live close to a city I don't live close to Dollar Tree. So I got all my letters together except for an A. I needed one more A. I don't know about y'all, but it seems to happen all the time. I get it in my brain and there's just one more thing I need. But I did find a little heart. So it can actually be Happy Easter, since we're doing bunnies, or it can be Happy Easter and you can pretend that my heart is an A. So we're just going to go with that. That's all right with y'all. So I'm almost finished up here. And then we're going to work on the bunnies while these are drying. Maybe a pastel color would have been good, maybe a brown, but honestly I wanted this to just stand out, and you'll see why when I get through. So I just went all the way around the outside, tried to keep it out of the inside, and I'm just going to lay it right over here and let it dry and let it do its own thing. So let's put that aside. Now I hope that you saw the video. I know my hair looks terrible in it. I need a haircut. I hope that y'all watched my video on the easiest way to put tissue to apply it to a sign. And if you did, you saw that we did several different methods. And the easiest method that I saw to do, especially when we're going to do it online, was to paint Mod Podge all over here, give it a really good coat, and let it dry completely. And then, you know what it was? You saw this video, right? Then we're going to take tissue paper and we're going to iron it on. Excuse me. The heat is going to activate the Mod Podge and make it stick on there. So much easier and not near as messy to do it this way. Honestly, when I had Girl Scouts, I really wish I'd already known about this one. But I got this at Walmart. Aren't those beautiful Easter colors, y'all? And the best thing about it is they put the colors together for me. So thumbs up for that. It's called Way to Celebrate, and it's in there with all the other party goods and stuff. 97 cents for 10 sheets. You can't beat almost 10 cents for a sheet. And like I say, it's already color coded for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with this beautiful polka dot. I love the polka dots. So, to make it a little easier, I'm just going to cut this down a little bit so that it's not so big. And then we're going to iron this sucker on. Of course, I throw the paper on the floor when I'm through with it. I always say it's for the maid. I wish I had a maid. But I have to say that being locked in my house during that storm, the winter storm we had, I got a lot of cleaning done. So I have really been busy on that. Now I'm going to get a little bit of wax paper and put on top of here because I don't want to scorch my polka dots. And I'm just going to do enough to cover it, and then I'm going to get my iron. Please tell me it's on. No, it's not. I'm going to put it on nylon, and I'm just going to let it heat up just a second. While we're waiting on that, I was going to tell y'all what I've done today. Hey, Kathy. I was walking through the yard seeing what kind of damage that this ice and everything did to my yard. And, of course, everything looks dead. But I have daffodils that came up. I don't know about y'all, but daffodils are amazing to me because when you think that you can't handle winter anymore, this is like the first flower to bloom in our area. And I always just get excited when I see a daffodil. But another reason that a daffodil is so much in my heart is because it's about the only thing that I remember about my mom's dad. He died when I was probably about, gosh, maybe 5. And it's the promise of spring. You're right. And I've heard also that it's called the flower of hope. And I think that's pretty cool too. But when I'm going to say probably 3, my grandfather would put me in the truck and we would go down to feed the cows. And there was an area where the old home place was that had lots of daffodils all in the yard. And I'm just going to press this while I'm talking. Lots of daffodils in the yard. And I would just get out, and while he was busy with the cows, then I would be picking daffodils. And I love that. And I think that's very special now because I really don't have that much of a memory of him. But I do remember going home with daffodils. And anyone who who I saw got a daffodil because I was just loving it so much. And I'm sure there's something in your life that just spurs on that thought. And a daffodil does that for me. Just reminds me of good times when I was tiny. Now, I decided the wax paper was kind of putting some wax on it which didn't happen last time, but I'm still going to just do it this way. And I'm not pressing, but I can tell already that it's sticking on there. So I'm just going to put it. But another reminder of a daffodil is, okay, so it's on here. I'm going to cut around it while I'm yakking. Back in 2015, I woke up one morning with, or one night, with just a horrible, horrible stomach ache. Thought I was gonna die. It was so bad that my husband called 911 and an ambulance came out and took me to the hospital. And they did all these tests to try to figure out what was going on with me. Nothing eased the pain up. They gave me morphine, which that didn't do anything, so you know it was bad. And so they just pretty much drugged me up just to give me some relief from all of the pain. And they did all these tests. I was in ICU for a whole stinking week. And hey, Paula. Anyway, I spent a lot of time with the Lord. I can remember so vividly just talking with him, and we talked about things that were going on and things that I needed to do and where I was, and I do remember at one time saying, you know, if it's my time to go, I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm ready. But it wasn't his time, and I woke up like maybe day 3 or 4, and I was not hurting at all. It was over. They didn't know why. They never did figure out what caused it to hurt. So then I hung around for a couple of days so they could watch me and make sure it didn't happen again. And I got ready to go home. Well, it was in February. I remember in February, I went home the day after Valentine's Day. And I remember that because I made my husband stop and get Valentine's to give to all of those nurses. Y'all, those nurses work really hard. And if you can ever do anything, write notes saying how wonderful they were, be sure and do that for them. Okay, so I've cut around it, and now I'm just going to trim it with my trusty block. Anyway, we were driving up in the driveway, and I remember I was so weak from, you know, when you're just laying there for a week, you can't do anything. And as we drove up, and I walked up to my porch, there was one little daffodil right there next to my porch. All by itself. Did not have any more in my yard, but that one. There was my hope. My hope. So every time I think about daffodils, I don't think about the pain that I went through, but I do think about the hope that God has for us. And there's a lot of people out there that need hope. Lots of people that need hope. And the Bible talks about it, and I apologize that I don't have a scripture right now for hope. But God does give us hope. There's hope for a good future, hope that he's going to be there for us, hope for tomorrow. And if you need hope, it's right there. You can get an app on your phone with the Bible. You can go to the Bible. If you don't have one, you just text me and I'll get you a Bible. Hi, Marilyn. But just know that there is hope in God. He is there for us every day. And we just need to look for things, and he will remind us that we are his children and that he does give us hope. Okay, so we've just about finished this number 1 bunny rabbit. The ears are hard. So you just kind of have to get in there and kind of scrub a little bit on the side. and on his face. But just take your time. Don't worry. Don't get in a hurry. Just take your time. Because, I mean, what else are we going to do today, right? Okay, so here's bunny number 1. And we're going to do this 2 more times. But y'all, this is definitely the easiest thing to do, is to iron it on. And I'm just going to put it right over here. And we're going to move on. I see Paula is with us. Paula, I miss you so much. And Paula is just going to walk into a mess because our studio is a mess, Paula. Okay, what did I do with the other paper? Seriously, what did I do with the paper? On this side of the floor. Okay, now, I love people. Rose Heights app has the Bible. It does, Paula. And thanks for loving my bunny. I read it every day. There is an app on the Rose Heights, and it gives you a daily reading. And by the end of the year, you should have the Bible completely read if you go by that. So, that is amazing to me. I have to be honest and tell you that I have never read the Bible completely straight through. I know I have read all of the books. I have read probably all of the Bible, but I have never just read all the way through the Bible. Some books I like a little better than others. As long as you just get your daily dose of Jesus every day. Okay, so I'm not going to use that wax paper. I kind of liked it without it. It's stuck. Is that not amazing? It is stuck on there already. I know, Paula, I miss you every day too. And I really thought about you this weekend. We went to, my daughter lives in Fort Worth, and we went to take her a birthday present. And I stopped at several Dollar Trees on the way. I mean, we can make a road trip out of Dollar Tree, going to Dollar Trees. So, the one next to my daughter's house was not very good at all. But, if y'all ever go from Tyler to Dallas, you have to stop at Buc-ee's, right? And right down the road from Buc-ee's is a Dollar Tree. And it was amazing. I found a bunch of stuff that I could not find in ours. I even went to Longview looking for these bunnies. Could not find them. So you know I had to get a bunch of them. So, and cars, those little red trucks, they had lots of those, Paula. Little red trucks were everywhere. I got like 13, I think. So, we're going to do a lot of crafts with little red trucks. But the thing about the little red trucks is you can do so much with every season. You can do a truck. You can do a truck even if it's not a season. Even if you wake up one morning and say, I feel crafty. I think I'm going to do a craft of little red trucks. We're going to have plenty of them to do those with, Paula. Yes, we do have some Dollar Tree. And we found one in Longview that we really did love, but I think this one in Terrell's got us beat. All right, more stuff has been made. Now, I like to always do things in threes. Even when I'm like doing stuff outside, I'm planting flowers, I do them in uneven numbers. That's how I was taught. And I think it really makes it a lot more balanced when you do it that way. So we're going to do this third little bunny, and then we're going to put them all together. And if you don't have this one perfect, it's not going to be a big deal because we're going to kind of layer these little bunnies. And you're going to love it. You are going to want to do this right away. So, go get a bunny while they're still in the stores. And when Paula gets back, we are partying and we are going to be giving away some gifts. I've already got one in mind. They're not going to be puny little gifts either. They're going to be awesome because I'm celebrating that my bud is going to be back. So be sure to tune in. We've got some great giveaways. And of course, if you love our crafts, be sure and please, because that's how we get it out there. We can only do so much with Facebook, and we don't know what we're going to be doing anytime soon with Facebook. So please, please let your friends and family know about us. And if you, I'm going to do this a little bit more because I popped some up. If you love our crafts and you're not already following us, please go up and hit the follow button. And if you hit the little bell, if you're watching us on YouTube, then you won't miss any of our crafts at all. And I'm going to do pink. And that's my next one. And that's my last one. So we're going to do pink. I really liked this one because this pink, which was in that same bundle, has stars and little circles that are in there to kind of give this, even though it's not a texture, it kind of looks like a texture. So we're going to give it a little bit of a variety of stuff on this little bunny. We're going to iron this little bunny down. I'm telling you, it's so much easier than gluing. Now, I have it set on wool, so it's not a really hot glue or iron, but it's enough to wake up the Mod Podge. Ooh, I kind of got dark all of a sudden, didn't I? Well, it is beautiful outside, so it's just my camera, I guess. And if you live in Texas, I know you heard, we are not going to be regulated to do masks anymore. We're very thankful for that. If you just use a little common sense, stay home if you're sick. If you have an immune deficiency, you might want to keep wearing that mask. But for those of us who are healthy and healthy and trying to do the best we can to get out, then I think it's a good thing. Get out there and get you some sunshine, though. You can't beat sunshine. Sunshine just cures everything. Okay, so we just about got this thing done here. And I did not iron it very good right here at the feet, so we're going to fix that on the feet here in just a minute. I have several different things in mind for this. So we're just going to see what looks like it's going to work the best. We're going to play with it a little bit. But first off, I want each one of these bunnies to be individual guys. I want them to look like 3 bunnies and not just kind of fade into the background. And I also decided right here at the very last in my brain that I'm going to let it set up so it can be like a shelf sitter. So let's get this done and I'll show you what I got in my mind. You never know what it's going to look like sometimes. And honestly, I've had several crafts in my head, and this one I decided would be perfect for today. You can see this just comes right off. It makes a nice clean cut. And I love these because you can just go into small places with it also. That really helps a lot. Because this bunny has toes and little tiny places that need to be cut off. All right, now there was a place that we need to iron a little bit, but that's good. So this is bunny number 3. If I can get all these little pieces off. Uh-oh, right there, I missed a spot. He has whiskers, so that's little tiny spots too. Glitter, Paula. I had enough glitter last week. I swear, we had a women's conference at church. Let me just make a bow and I'll tell you about it. We had strips of different, okay, we got this. I'm gonna make a bow and I'm gonna put it on probably this little guy. So we had this women's conference and it had streamers of black and white and silver. Those were our colors for this year. We have different colors every year and a different scripture every year and a different motto, I guess is what you would call it. Ours was being resilient. Anyway, strips of black and white. Simple little bow. We're just going to put it on this little bunny. And it'll kind of hide where I kind of messed up right there too. Anyway, glitter, glitter, glitter on this one of the strips of material. Okay, I'm gonna move all this out of the way. Anyway, so of course somehow my job turned out to be cut the strips of glitter. Okay, so we got this bunny. Yeah, we're gonna move on to another bunny. Okay, so I cut strips of glitter. Was I happy about it? I'm doing what I was supposed to do, so I was fine with it. This one I think I'm just gonna do, maybe just like a little bow tie. Little bow tie. Anyway, y'all, I did the glitter. I went straight home, went out of my car, straight to the shower because I was covered in glitter. Went straight for the shower, took a shower, got dressed, all in the bathroom, came in the living room, all nice and clean. Looked down and I saw glitter everywhere. There was glitter on the floor, and I'm like, how did that happen? And I just felt sorry for the poor cleaning people that had all of that glitter to clean. But it is what it is, and Paula, you missed the glitter. Okay, so I'm going to kind of make his, I'm going to dovetail it. And I'm just going to make him a little bow tie. And you know, when you dovetail, you go from the outside to the inside, and you go towards the inside. So you make that little thing. And it's glittery, it's shiny. How's that? No glitter, just shine. We're gonna put this right here. Just get a little another thing of glue. Okay. Bunny number 2. I know you can't see it really good, but you'll be able to see it a little bit more here in just a second. Let me get some glue right here. And then for this purple bunny, I have the perfect little bow for him. I've been dying to use this. I got lots of different ribbon, and y'all, Walmart is really stepping up with the ribbon too. This I got at the Dollar Tree. But there was a lot of other ribbons that were really, really good. And I've been a little bit bigger. I've been really impressed by Walmart lately because their ribbon has been very good. We got some awesome ribbon for Valentine's Day. And this ribbon was really good. But the one I got from Walmart was kind of a rustic look, and you know I love the rustic. So I'll be using that too here soon. So instead of trying to make one, or trying to tie a bow, probably got the worst scissors I have, I'm going to just make one easy like this. So we just make a loop, like so, squish it together, and then I'm going to put this on top of it. Probably the easiest way to do it is if you make the Cancer bow, like so. But I did not want to use, since this is so wide, I thought it would be easier just to kind of put it on here and go around. I'm going to kind of, we need a boy bunny, so he's going to have more like a bow tie than a regular bow. Because we got to have boy bunnies too. What would we do without boy bunnies? Okay, I'm officially crafting today because I just burned my fingers. And I know I have those little things to put on your fingers, but I don't know why I like to burn my hands. Okay. Yeah, next trip to Walmart, I'm getting new scissors. Those are pretty cruddy. Okay. So we're just going to open this one up, and he's going to have a bow tie. And even though it is pink, he's going to be a cute little boy bunny. I'm going to be making some gifts also. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt at my house. And we have plenty of little kids to get eggs, and we've got prizes. But I'm going to do some for adults so that they have to get out there and find eggs also. And this just might be one of my prizes. I haven't decided yet. So what do you think? Cute? All right, so now we're going to put these 3 together. And I really wanted to have more of a, at first I was going to hang this on the wall. But then I thought, no, that's not what I want to do. I want it to be a shelf sitter, say that slow, because I have more room to put that than I have stuff to put on the wall. So we're going to put these 2 bunnies down. Y'all can see 2 bunnies down, and then I'm going to put this one on top, And I'm going to kind of line their legs up so they look about right. And I have a stick, and I'm going to put it on the edge so that I know that they're sitting down right. Okay, so they're both against the stick. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Jenga blocks. And I've decided I want a big difference between the ones in the back and the ones in the front. So I'm going to glue 2 Jenga blocks together, like so. And I need 4 blocks, or 8 blocks, 4 different blocks when I get through. Okay, so there's 3. And there's 4. Okay, so this is what's going to separate my bunnies. So I know this is in a good spot, so I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to put it right under this ear, holding this down so it doesn't move. Put it under this ear. I found tissue that didn't come off, so we can do that. Now, I'm going to put my hand right here, pick this up, and I'm going to put this under the bunny feet, like so. So you can see that it's going to be more of a 3-dimensional, see that? Okay, so I'm going to pick this back up, and this is where I need to glue my pieces. So I'm going to pick it up right here, make a strip, and lay it down in the same spot. Some of them I laid sideways. I don't know, it just happened. But that's okay. Now we're going to put the glue on top of this. And we're not moving any of this at all right here, because we want it to all, we're going to do this pretty quickly so the glue doesn't dry. Now, before anything changes, I want to make sure that this is right, which it still is. This means when it stands up, it's going to be all stand up. It's not going to be wobbly, okay? So we're just going to let that stand for just a second. Now we've just about got everything done on here, and I keep finding pieces of tissue paper. So I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of clean up some of the stuff that I missed. I was kind of in a hurry. But that's okay. So see, y'all, if it was like on a Christmas mantle, or Christmas mantle, what am I saying? A mantle that you can put some Easter ideas on. We're going to be painting these letters that I was telling you about earlier. This is pretty much dry, so I'm going to kind of move it out of the way. And now, to me, pink is very hard to match. I do not know. I have like the hardest time with pinks and reds. Blacks are very hard to match also. So we're going to write Happy Easter here. And we're going to get it all lined up. That might just be cute that way, but I'm not going to do it that way. Okay, I've lost an S. There it is. Okay, so I've got 3 colors. So I'm just going to go green, blue, purple, green, blue, purple. That sounds good to me. So let's do green here. I'm going to make this H. Now, I'm going to try not to get it on the black because, like I say, I did the black just so that it would pop. And if it gets covered up, it's not going to hurt anything at all. I mean, you know, when you're doing a craft, everything's not going to be perfect. And that's what makes it a handmade decoration. Is we could go to Hobby Lobby, or we could go to Walmart. We could get all these beautiful crafts and decorations, but they also kind of look like they were like 100 of them made at one time, you know, stamp, stamp, stamp as it goes along the way. So this is why I like hand making them myself. Okay, so I'm going to do purple, blue, green, purple, blue, green. And the letters, we got these at the Dollar Tree. They were at the Crafters Square. I always want to call it this, is it Crafters Square? I always want to call it the wrong thing. But in the Dollar Tree, they've got a whole section of crafts. Blue, purple, green. A whole section, and it always, I mean, these letters are not hard to find at all. You always see these letters. And they've got different sizes. This, honestly, to be honest with you, this was the only ones that we had that were all the same size. Except, like I said, the A was missing. Okay, so we're going to move on to purple. And I'm thinking that I can have a giveaway for my Easter egg hunt, because I have grandchildren who are in their 20s, but they have children too. And it's just more fun when everybody gets involved. And of course, I have a couple of teenagers that think that hiding eggs are not that much fun anymore. Hey, Jan, but I tell you what, if I offer $20 in one of those eggs, I bet they get out there and start looking for them. So we are just about through here. If you are watching me on replay, please hashtag replay so that I know that you watched me. It just means so much when we see that you're watching. I know it's hard to find a good time that everybody can just kind of sit back and do some crafts or do crafts. It's even a hard time to get friends together to do crafts sometimes. So at least you can replay and you can still share. Okay, here we go. We're on the downhill run here now, y'all. So see, there's just no rhyme or reason. I'm just painting these fast, and the black is still showing up even though I get some on it sometimes. It's fine. So y'all don't have to worry about it. So you can still see that it's outlined in black, which is going to be amazing when I get through with it. And we're going to move on to blue. And you would know I don't have a, force this off. I love the spring colors. You cannot go wrong with some spring colors. Boy, that's some old paint. It's kind of snotty. This is going to have a little purple on it, but it's okay. I'll go over it in a minute and it won't have it on there any longer. Okay. thought about making a video and just speeding it up so you're not having to watch paint dry. But it makes me nervous, and I don't know about y'all, but it makes me nervous. And I do not want crafting to be a nerve-wracking thing. But when they speed it up and talk over it, and I might end up doing that one of these days, y'all, but for right now, I just want it to be a nice, relaxing thing. And we're through. So, I'm going to get out my stick. And this is just an old stir stick, but it has come in handy really well. I can threaten grandkids with it, or I can use it as a straight edge. So if I take it about where I want it, but I'm going to pull it down a little bit farther than where I want it to be. Left my tea off. And then I'm just going to push it up a little bit so that it all matches with this foot over here. And let's make sure everything's just kind of evenly distributed. Move this over just a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to glue these really quick. We're almost through, y'all. Almost through. Whoever came up with hot glue was a great person. And it doesn't take much, just stick it on there. Put my stick back up here because I know I kind of left one up. Okay, and then we're going to do happy. And we're going to be through. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's going to have to, the Y is going to have to stick out a little bit farther, but it's okay because we're going to glue it on there. So here we go. And I'm going to let it touch the letters below it. And my glue gun's cooling off, so we're going to hurry. Okay, so here we go. Since we've, stuck to my finger. Since we've made it 3D, we don't have to worry about it standing up because it's going to stand up on its own, like so. Can y'all see? Isn't that cute? I also have some Easter eggs I think I might glue down at the bottom just so that it shows up a little bit more. The Dollar Tree has little bitty Easter eggs like this. They're 12 for $1. And then there's these cute ones that are 5 for $1. I think I'll probably put these down at the bottom to kind of help support it and to kind of make it a little bit cuter. So there you are. We have bunnies for Easter. And I thank you so much for watching. It just is so good to just sit down and craft with my friends. And I just love you so much. And I thank you for watching today. And remember, love one another. Bye.